What's going on? Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Rated Culture Podcast. My name is Brandon. I'm your host. And today I have a special guest, QUASAN, singer, songwriter, and artist in the building today. All right. Thank you so much for coming, all right?
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. No problem. And thank you for just being like one of my first top music guests coming to the show. This is definitely a wonderful opportunity for me.
No problem.
Thank you. So today we're going to get into music, culture, your artistry, spoken word. You're going to recite one of your poems, and then we're going to get a live performance for you later on. I would hope so. Nice. So first off, we're going to kind of keep it simple. You heard about the versus battle with Ashanti and Keisha Cole. Yeah. So, this is perfect time for this episode because we're talking about music. And so, they're going to be, I like to see the instead of a competition between artists, it's like community. You know what I mean? Right. It's not exactly like who's better. Mm-hmm. So that is just beautiful to me to see like two iconic legends coming together and like promoting each other. So who are you leaning towards now? Like just curious, and I'll tell you mine.
I think I'm gonna lean more towards Keisha Cole.
Keisha Cole, okay.
And like you said, people when they think of verses, they think of like competition. Yeah. When it's not, it's just like like a friendly type of battle of sharing like those memorable moments of music, times and creativity.
Right. I like how it's not a competition. I like how they like one artist does their song and the other artist does their other song, and then it's like a back and forth, but they're like hits. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not like who's better than that, and that they're both iconic. Because they did Gucci Mane and Jeezy. I think they did Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. So it's iconic artists. It's not just like who's better than this, who's better than that. For me, I would say Ashanti. I grew up on Ashanti, so she's Long Island. She's local, so I definitely have to support her. Keisha Cole always has been definitely top notch when it comes. They both have, honestly. They're both Libras. I don't know. Fun fact: both Libras. They're both very lyrically just in tune with their music. So it's gonna be tight with them.
And most definitely, they definitely keep you in your feels. Yeah, that's what I like about it the most.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. For me, I think maybe Keisha Cole gets me in my feelings a little bit. Ashanti, but Ashanti has for me a little bit more aggressive. I don't know why it is. She just has that lyrically, But good luck to who's gonna perform, and then for the audience, let us know who you guys are voting for or rooting for, Keisha Cole or Ashanti. This is definitely an iconic one. But we're gonna get into your background a little bit. As an artist, what made you decide to come about as a musical artist, and just your career. So first of all, what made you get into being music wise? Like what made you decide to perform and do music?
It's a funny story. When I was young, we weren't allowed to listen to music, like especially rap music. Like
okay.
My mom, she didn't like the profanity. She thought that rap music was giving the wrong message to African American males. Not only that, but to females as well. So it didn't happen until I started to entertain the idea when I was a junior in high school.
Okay.
And that's when I started writing poetry at first. And my friend, she's like, Tiara Nails, I'll never forget it. She's like,
okay,
this is really good. And I'm just like, you think so? She's like, yes, definitely. Like, you should perform this at the talent show. I'm just like, talent show. I went to a performing arts high school. Okay. And my performing art was theater. So it's like me rapping, like, how are people going to take to that? And I told my teacher, I'm like, I'm going to do the talent show and I'll be rapping. And he's like, rapping? Like, I'm like, yeah, rapping. So then from then on, like, I started writing. But I really didn't get into it, like, until I want to say about, like, 4 years ago.
Nice. Oh, like full-time wise?
Yeah, like actually recording in the studio and, writing and doing videos and putting it on Instagram and Facebook and things like that. Getting feedback, like real feedback.
Nice. Now, you always wrote your own music? You always wrote your own?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. I like writing.
Okay. Do people write for you?
No.
What do you call it, ghostwriting?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't had that yet. Maybe because I am a writer.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Cause some ghostwriters still have people pay them for their work, or like you just, or people pay you to write for them, you know? Like, I don't know if that's like a business or like a, I guess, an industry of its own, writing in general. Because as a writer, I know people, if it's good, like they'll come to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they'll come to you like, hey, can you write this for my song or whatever. But that's yeah. Go ahead.
I get people asking me to write poems.
Yeah, okay.
More so than like I do music, because I'm not really like out there like that.
Okay, yeah,
like
yeah.
I get like a lot of criticism for it, or somebody's like, oh, that's really nice, or you could have done this better, or I like the beat, but you know, if I can give you more constructive criticism,
yeah.
Like, you know, and I'm open to things like that because I don't really know everything right now.
Yeah,
and there's no stop to perfecting your craft. You know?
Of course, it's like with the, you know, your career, you're learning as you go,
right?
Every step of
and
the
like
way.
That's like a never-ending process, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Projects. So I see you have a EP. Came out 2018.
Yeah.
And so it's called Hello Love Goodbye.
Yeah.
All right. And it's you are on, just so we can clarify that, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, and SoundCloud. So people can find you at QUASAN.
Yes.
Okay. So they can check that out. But what made you come about like your EP? Well, like how did that formalize and everything?
Let me see.
As a project in general.
Yeah, it was definitely a project in general. I had wrote 2 songs prior to actually recording it. And it's so funny because I do believe that everything does happen for a reason, and things do happen in mysterious ways. I was working out in the gym, and I ran into a friend, and he was like, so what's up? What's going on with the music? And I'm like, actually, like, nothing right now, but I'm looking to record. Like, if you know somebody, like, you know, let me know. And he introduced me to someone named Brian. And Brian, he is amazing. Like,
nice.
That's the one who does like all my photos, my videos, my music, my recording.
Like creative director, type of team. Okay, got you. Nice. So with the EP, this was your first time at like with a form of expression project that you came out. Okay. Nice. Have you gotten any type of exposure from that since then, or like you're just working, see what comes along,
and seeing what goes along this journey?
All right. I like just the side note, I like how you're very humble with like your work. Like you wouldn't particularly know that you do like your artistry, but I like how you're very humble.
Thank you.
With your artist. Yes
I do appreciate that. I do, because I'm about being humble. Like I feel like you don't always have to be like very raunchy.
Yeah, like, hey, look at me, I have this, I have this.
Right. And then if it's there, then it's there. If it's not, it's not.
Nice.
And I think that's also one of my downfalls as well, because, you know, they always say, put yourself out there. And it's just like, to myself as an artist, I know my work. I know what I'm capable of. Yeah. And like, I know how to pertain to certain audiences, but it's a downfall because it's like I don't put myself out there as much as I should.
Yes, you should. You know? But that's okay, because it's over time. It's gonna come. It's definitely gonna come. And like what they said, your work will show for itself. Yeah, exactly. It'll show for itself. So and so far for what I've seen, like you do definitely have an audience, and so I would definitely like to keep you in tune with definitely with the podcast. Come back and just anytime you have. Any type of release, definitely, you're more than welcome to come and share that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And speaking of releases, you have any upcoming projects besides EP, album? Working on an album? Working on?
I'm actually working on an EP.
Another EP. Okay.
Another EP.
Nice.
The single that I will be doing today is gonna come from the EP that should be dropping mid-February. Okay. Now with the EP that comes, well, in my head, EP means album. Or am I wrong? It's wrong.
Well, like eventually, or album, yeah.
Everyone tells me that an album is like your self type of...
Like a debut.
Yes.
Like a debut. EPs, or... Real quick, I'm sorry to cut you off. Just find EPs versus albums. Like what's... And this is for my clarity. Like EPs, not exactly an album, but it's like a tease project.
Right. I think when they say like EP, it's more of... It's more of anything versus it being a body of work. So if you have an EP, it can be like a song about love, and then the next song will be about crashing somebody's car because you hate them so much. Then the next song will be about, all attention is on me. Then the next one, I'm getting money. Versus the whole album flowing and telling a story and being actually about something, you know?
Yeah. I feel you on that. I love to see like EPs and albums. I like to see like the growth. I like to see like the growth that as an artist, like you're doing your EPs, you're doing even mixtapes. I guess mixtapes is kind of like the same area, but like from EP to mixtape to singles to albums, it's like a discography. So you have like work. We can see like the work. You know, I like to see even upcoming artists. Spotify. This is my spiel on Spotify. Spotify used to, they still do, but they used to be they would give exposure to a lot of underground artists. Now I know you got to pay for it, or they have a subscription. It does help artists out with their content, but they're so advertised now, so I'm not exactly sure how they go. But I've always supported artists coming from Spotify. I mean, not Spotify, SoundCloud, because SoundCloud I feel like has always allowed artists or just media to just be out, and you don't have to exactly pay for it, but it exposes you. So now, like I know they have like Spotify, SoundCloud Go. That's what it's called. It's like a membership. So with that, I guess you get releases for like if you had a single and you didn't want it to be the full like just open, people would have to subscribe, and I think SoundCloud pays you for that. I think that's how. Yeah, I think
that's dope.
Yeah, I don't know if you know, they have it. It's something set up now where they do try to promote their artists, or if you have like a following on SoundCloud, you gotta look it up. But yeah, they SoundCloud has always been like for the community, up and coming community of creators, just like very open. Apple Music now, definitely. Spotify, Tidal. Tidal's a little picky on who they choose. So if you can get on Tidal, you say you're on Tidal, Tidal is very very selective. So the main thing is as an artist, and we're gonna top real quick. We're gonna top into that. How has the music industry as an upcoming artist, local, definitely being local artists, how has that like shaped your growth, your progress?
How's it shaped my
compared
growth?
to like Lil Wayne, Rick Ross type of artists that just come out and they get that exposure, and then like they're handed deals and things like that. How does it working as a creative? How is that journey? Is it a little hard? Is it obstacles? Like how do you stay motivated with that?
I think the thing about it is like being educated on the topic, because when you go into something not really knowing it, like for me, when I first started out, I'm like, okay, this should be simple. You make like a song and you put it on social media, and somebody's gonna pick you up from that, and it's like it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Like you need like I was told recently how there are artist developers, someone to make you into an artist and help you build your brand as best that it could be, so they can actually sell who you are as an artist to the industry and to an audience and to other people, which is really good. So it's definitely a process that you do have to take. When I was young, I thought that like, oh yeah, you just do this and it's gonna always be like a talent scout out there. They're like, oh, I want him to be signed to my label, like, something like that. But
like a label.
It's not like that. It's really not like that at all. And like I do give a lot of big ups to like the independent artists, is like Chance and all those people who are actually making a way and actually owning their masters for themselves. Like that's really a big thing, and I highly encourage that.
That's good. I like just like I said, the humbleness, like you're working you're not just like expecting like producers and things to come to you. It's coming, and that's good. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go into spoken word, go on that topic, but you do have a poem that you said that you want to recite. What's the name of it?
I'm not sorry, but I apologize.
I'm not sorry, but I apologize. All right. We'll go into that. Real quick, if you guys like this content, please subscribe to the YouTube. We are on IG, Radio Culture Podcast. So definitely check us out. But we have a performance later on as well. So we're going to let him do his poem.
Can we do this really quickly? Sorry.
Yeah.
How do we do this?
What, live?
Yeah.
Go to slide to the right. Like, yeah, I got you.
So grandpa-ish.
No, you're good. There you go. All right. Whenever you're ready, you can. Yeah.
Just hit it.
Whenever you're ready. Yeah.
Uh-oh. That's so weird.
All right. Now, what the name of the poem? And
the name of the poem is "I'm Not Sorry, But I Apologize."
Okay.
In a world where we all have to be fighters, As lovers, we are all outnumbered in a society where black is spelled S-T-U-P-I-D. I guess I can't read because it all looks the same to me. And stereotypes are blasting with colors for people of rocking tight cornrows and big puffy afros. So type these and type those, what the hey. Microsoft tells me that my name is spelled wrong anyway, but surprise. Maybe I'll rise and just apologize. Society. I apologize for being black. I can't change that. I apologize for not being the man that you want me to be. I apologize for being lied to about being free. I apologize for not fighting for a country that won't fight for me. And most importantly, I apologize for being me when there's no one else in this world that I'd rather be. Dear truth, I apologize for the rejection, the lies and the deception when the truth has been the truth and everybody starts to praying for the lies that we despise because the truth hurts so much more. Ahoy seekers, you deserve an apology too. I apologize for acquainting my old news with the new because the past has been a blast that blew up in my face where black could never be me. Because it's related to long pieces of rope and big strong trees, and when the wind blew there was a breeze that collected the summer's eve with nuisance and aromas. Let's see, we have burning flesh, whipped slave, and for a limited time we have freedom, but not really though, because the truth has been the biggest lie that you'll ever know. Being honored for being black is like waiting for Godot. Action is a talk show, you chow down until you get remainders of a sloppy Joe. Larry, Avery, give it up for bravery, and if you got a problem you can blame the two that made me. Cause I'm still a work in progress, and if you despise, I truly apologize for the truth that you can't take because you wake up in screams where loving to hate yourself is the American scheme for teens all over the world. Little boys, little girls using razor blades to make their skin curl. Where blood replaces tears because of fears, and when your heart ignores your brain, it improvises, because the truth is that pain comes in all shapes and sizes, and when we're all involved they have one size that fits all. And as the government plays with us, we have become toys that have been sold, happiness not included, but we've concluded to the boxes that they put us in. I apologize. I now have saying situations I don't want to be placed in. I'm a bowling pin. I stand up for the letdown to be picked up to fall down again. My smile is a sin. Behind it are words that I wouldn't dream of saying while laying down daydreaming. I'm paying the tolls to reality highway. Mayday, Mayday. Sorry for the lies because the truth paid the price to the greater things in life. A word of advice. Being nice gets you nowhere. I apologize. In the words of Maya Angelou, still I rise. I apologize. Yes, I apologize. And you can try to scar me, because one thing that I'm not sorry for is not being sorry. But I apologize.
Nice. Nice. Love that. Deep. Real deep. Love it.
Thank you.
So, going into the transition to the next topic, spoken word. Mm-hmm. So with that, I've never been to a live spoken word, but I love like the energy when it's there. Everybody's so passionate about like, and it's like very expressive, you know. Coming from like a background and like a family that it was hard to express yourself, I felt like if I was introduced more to that culture, I would have like been more of a writer, been more like, you know, things like that. But give us, or what's some experiences, like how did you get into writing spoken word? Have you performed spoken word live? Things like that. Like just what's some experiences with that? Like
okay, so first I want to point off how you said like, you know, you weren't able to express yourself. And I think coming from like the black community in general, how like when we grow up with our parents and it's just like, oh, you're mad, oh, you better fix your face, or things like that. So I'm happy that you did acknowledge that, because that's exactly how I kind of got into it, by like expressing myself. It was writing. Right. I think writing was definitely my outlet, you know, to life and things like that. But I first started performing really when I was in college, and it was this group called Speaking Through Silence. And I was walking to class and I was late, extremely late. I'm not even gonna lie. So I'm just like zooming past the crowd. Next thing you know, somebody just stands in my way, and then they start yelling in the middle of the quad. And I'm like, what is going on in the world? So they like start performing, and I'm like, oh, that is so dope. Mind you, I'm still late. I'm just sitting there like, oh, that's so dope. Time is just flying by. And I'm just watching, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, I want to be a part of it. Yeah. And then, like, they gave me one of the little papers, and I went to class and kind of snuck in. Then ever since then, I started going to their meetings, and then I was on the board as the historian. Sorry. Okay. Historian. And I competed in slam poetry competitions from then on.
Yeah.
So like I won first round, won second round, then the third round once we were going to like Grand Slam, it was like the top five, and I'm just like, no, like because.
It gets real competitive.
Yeah, very competitive.
Very,
like, and you know, people put their hearts and souls into these poems, and it's like very like, it's some really good writers out there. So when people give me compliments, I'm like, you haven't seen anything yet. Not discrediting myself, but just saying in like the sense of like, you meet some amazing people, and some amazing writers, and it's like, talent is definitely something. Yeah. But ever since then, once I graduated, I started going to like cafes and. If someone's like, I'm having a show, something like that, and I want you to perform, I'll go and I'll do things like that. I wish I could perform more, honestly, but
like events, live events.
Yeah, like that'll be awesome. And writing, I've been trying to write a lot lately. You know, pandemic
with this pandemic stuff. Yeah, I was gonna say this is probably, it's not to cut you off, this is probably a time that very self-reflective. Right. You know, so creativity, right? You know, don't get that writer's block.
I mean, most definitely, no.
Yeah,
you don't do
even
that.
with me, like, you know, just regardless what's going on in the world, just like, yeah, I can definitely feel you on like just wanting to do more and just like you know, produce more. When this is all over, like pandemic wise, when it's all over, like I hope and pray that you'll have the opportunity to do more like live events, do more like shows, things like that, because the world needs that right now. You know, they need like some type of like healing.
They do. Yeah. They do.
Healing. And in the form of art, you know what I mean? Right. And like poetry, even music. Music is so, people downplay music so bad, but it's so therapeutic. I love, like, for me, I can get through anything. Just music, you know, if it wasn't for music, oh God, you know, just
music saves lives.
Yeah, it does.
Like, it definitely does.
It does. Wow, that's good. I love to hear that. One artist I want to bring up real quick, Common. Common is, I mean, he's a rapper, he's a poet, but I've seen a few clips in movies where he's like performed spoken word. So Common is, shout out to him, because as a rapper, he promotes a lot of like spoken word poetry.
He does, definitely.
Yeah, there's another one that I just crossed my mind, but Common right now is the first person, I think. Jill Scott, that's another one. I love her, grew up on her. Jill Scott also.
It's funny you say stuff like that. Well, it's funny you say that. Yeah. I do like those artists, but I try to see what was the differences in my music and their music. Yeah, because it's like when you, I really don't know. Maybe, I don't. Yes, right here. Okay, right here. Got you. So I think that they are dope artists. They really are. But I kind of aspire to be that same artist where like I do music and do poetry as well. Do music and do a little bit more poetry. Yeah. And it's just like I don't understand, because they would be my mentors when it comes to music and me listening to them. But I like more of pop music, so maybe that's what it is. Like, I'm a pop person.
It's hard to. I see your point. It's hard to integrate the poetry with the pop a little bit.
Right.
It's kind of step into another community, and then you're trying to, like, the poetry community kind of has more of that, like that hip hop.
They do,
rap,
and
type,
I love it. I love that.
You gotta have that. Yeah.
I don't think that poetry and pop would mix. It's not a good mix.
Yeah. It's a way. Not to cut you off. It's a way to integrate it, but it has to be in a way like very intimate. I don't know how to explain it, but I see where you're coming from. Right. Yeah, that actually would be, you would actually introduce a whole different like genre of music if you could integrate, or somebody could integrate pop
and poetry. Right, that's what I'm saying. So
I'm just thinking about it.
That would be very interesting, right? Interesting, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So like when it comes to because I listen to my R&B artists are like I want to say Keisha Cole, K Michelle,
all right.
You know, that type of R&B versus like
soulful.
I want down on a Saturday night type of thing. It's like I don't want to hear that. Yeah, like not saying like it's a bad thing, but you know.
How do you feel about the newer artists that are out now, like Summer Walker? I love me some Summer Walker.
I love SZA.
Okay, yeah. Let me thank you, because I wasn't gonna bring her up, but SZA, Summer Walker. Who else? Soulfully. And it's not, I can't say a lot. Because Janae, yes, definitely her.
Don't forget Jasmine. I feel like Jasmine is so underrated. Like,
definitely.
She is so underrated.
Yes. She was quiet with her career. I don't want to get much into, like slandering her, but her career took a pause. I think she had a lot of personal stuff going on, but I see she's coming back. But I wish she would tap into like a poetry type of, her strong vocals, very, very passionate when she sings, but I would love to see her tap into like a Jill Scott poetry type of thing, like kind of flowing. It's not like a rap, but it's like a flow.
But you know, I think what I love about Jasmine is like when you do listen to her music, it gives you that. So I feel like her doing very poetry is like kind of like I like Mona Lisa.
Oh yeah,
that was
Mona Lisa. Yeah,
like I'm like, where did you come from? Like, why aren't you on top of the world right now? Like,
she's very humble, very, very humble. I would love to see. I think she's coming out with an album soon. She had another.
She has to be because she just came out with another single. So
I didn't get to hear it yet, but the Lost One. It was a single called Lost One. I don't know if you heard that one. It was a song and just very strong, very strong. Her first album, Fearless. I don't know if you remember. That was the Windows Break, Bust Your Windows on your car one. Yeah, there's if you get time to listen to it, awesome album. She's just such a talented artist. I definitely had to give her respect. There's something I was going to say about it's a movie I'm going to suggest. It's called Love Beats Rhymes. It's with Jill Scott. It's on Netflix, I believe. Jill Scott, Common, Azalea Banks. What it is pretty much is like Azalea Banks is the muse, I guess. And so Common, Jill Scott is the teacher. They teach her how to go through poetry. She's a rapper. She's trying to be a rapper. She has a team. She wants to like kind of be more of a rapper, but the teacher is teaching her to be more like poet. Okay. So it's very interesting if you get a chance to check it out. It's called Love Beats Rhymes. It's on Netflix. Yeah, very spoken wordish. And it has the greats in it, like I said, Common and some other people too. But just spoken word culture in general, to wrap it up, I would love to see more of that, especially after this pandemic. I wish there would be definitely more events. I think a lot of people, or just the generation or society, make it seem like, oh, it's poetry, so it's like very cheesy. Right. It's not. It's expression. It's so if you have to have that soul, you have to be like,
and you have to relate to it. I think that's what it is. And playing with words and making them something that they're not. You know?
Exactly. A lot of people like, oh, like it's a lot. It's a lot to like gather, like, words wise. No, you have to feel that. Like it has to be personal. When I listen to some of the poets, or they recite, it's very personal to me, because I'm like, I feel you on that. I feel, even when I go, like when I'm gone, when I leave, it's like my energy is just so like lifted, because I feel like people are vocalizing their expressions. I've heard a lot of like Black Lives Matter, especially around this time. They had a lot of Black Lives Matter poets, or like they had like spoken words, things like that, and they've had that, but this year in general, it's just,
and that's a positive form of a riot.
It's not violent, non-violent. Just expression, the expression. I wish people would
and it's people really coming together, and I think that's what I like about it the most.
Coming together, all different cultures, Hispanic, Black, whatever, white, Caucasian. It's just everybody coming together. So definitely, I'm glad that you're able to share that, share that type of community, because we don't see that as much. Spoken word, like a lot of people don't hear, like when you say spoken word, they don't like.
They're like,
oh yeah, they had to think about it.
Roses are red, roses are blue.
They had to think about it. Roses are red, roses.
Like, no, it's something totally different. Like,
And for me, I suck at trying to write poems. Like, it's not just a rhyme. I think people think when poems, it has to rhyme. No, I think writer, had to be a writer, but it has to have meaning, and substance. That's the main thing. But right. So you also do you dip and dabble in a little bit of other stuff. So like photography, acting. I do see that you dip into that, and I think modeling. Do you anything particularly coming up with that, or like how did you get into that type of creativity?
Okay, so this is like a huge misconception. Everyone, they DM me about like taking pictures of them, and I'm like, I'm not the man behind the cam. It's Brian.
Oh yeah, your team.
So I got Brian is the guy that does all the photos. So At BAM Media, guys, if you guys need photos, videos, at BAM Media, like, he's the man. Like, I'll even tag him after this. Like,
nice.
He does an amazing job. So anytime somebody comes to me like, oh, could you take my photos? Or I'm like, it's not me. I'm not the guy.
Yeah.
As far as modeling, it's funny because no one can tell. They always say, oh, you're like in your head with this, but I did gain some weight. So it's like definitely
quarantine.
after,
yeah, me too.
definitely,
everybody, yeah.
So after that, hopefully some bomb photo shoots should be happening, you know. And honestly, I haven't done acting in such a long time, and I think that's something that I really want to venture off into in 2021.
Yeah,
you know, like, definitely, it's refreshing.
Like,
yeah,
okay, so like with we're gonna add the photography with the modeling, but like, you want to do visuals, more like a visual, or like you want to model for like a certain
no
brand?
I want you know, I want to do brands as well. And you know, it's funny, like, you know, we have a lot of things in like the talks and ideas and works and things like that, but I want to do like short films or videos and things like that. I do. That's something that I definitely want to get into.
Nice. You know, honestly, I could see you doing like films, projects. Not exactly YouTube, but like I brought this up in a previous episode. You ever heard of Zeus? It's a pretty much black-owned streaming, so like a Netflix.
No, I did. You're actually, I did.
They are, and I've been promoting them a lot. I hope they pick me up this time.
Shout me out,
Zeus. Right. But what I do like about them, besides their content, they go within the community and they pick up shows and content from like other celebrities and things like that. But I would like to see them do like a series of like creators. Not exactly black, but just creators as an up and coming, so like podcast hosts, up and coming artists,
right?
Personal businesses, if you sell, you know, certain particular stuff, you know, especially for the pandemic. I would love them to do like how would you do it? Almost like exposure. I don't know what they would call it, but they're picking up all these reality stars and doing like low key shows. They're even doing love shows, things like that. They B. Simone, if you heard of her, she has like a love show, things like that. But this thing is, these are everyday people in a way, like social media wise. But like, I would love for Zeus to pick up some type of just exposure. So like, when you want to do my shoots, or if you want to do visuals, like, hey, this is somebody from the community or whatever, and up and coming, and they'll give you exposure to sponsorships and managers and labels and things like that. Because a lot of people feel like it's hard to be creative by yourself, no team. You kind of have to stay 10 toes in.
You do,
as a, you know, because you're not exactly getting sponsorship,
and it gets hard because you're doing everything by yourself. Like, I can't promote this stuff as well as keep writing. Like, it's a lot.
Even with like the music, like writing the music, editing, doing things like that. Like, it's not simple. It's not just simple when you have a team.
Right. And I think what I want to say about that is like, it's just like me in a way, you know, you have so many people encouraging you to pursue your goals and to pursue your dream as like a writer, as an artist, and all these things. But it's like, you know, I do have a team. I love my team. Thank you so much, Brian. Like, you be there right there. And then my social media person, Trav, like, you're right there. So it's like, those things are really great, but when it comes to actually like being out there and promoting it and giving it to other people and actually pitching it and for them to believe in your work as much as you do, it's kind of hard.
Oh yeah. Just support, period. Like, even I could say for myself, you know, being a podcast host, support is very like flaky, you know, and it's just in being creative, you know. Not everybody's gonna see your vision.
They're not
everybody's gonna see, like, be passionate about it. So sometimes you do have to be like the lone wolf. And I still gotta keep going.
But that's when your ideas hit the most. That's when like when you're alone, it's like I feel when you feel like you have no one, that's when all the inspiration comes. That's where that drive comes and motivation. So it's a good and a bad thing. You know?
Yeah. So definitely just keep what you're doing. Definitely would love to see more, like you said, the visuals and the modeling coming up. Definitely would like to see that. Acting, you see yourself doing like a show, like a reality show?
No reality.
Okay, so more like movies, scripts.
More like movies. Like I like movies as well as like. There? TV shows.
Okay.
So like I can see me on like a sitcom or something like that.
Have you heard about the show Growing Up Hip Hop? Heard about it? I've never watched it, but
I was about to say, tell me what it's about, because then I can tell you.
I'm trying to remember the channel. I really want to say TV. No. Damn.
Wait, was it the people about the kids of the artists?
So even Bow Wow's on there. Yeah. I'm like,
I did.
Growing Up. Hold on one second. Just to get the network, I want to be actually WeTV. That was on that network. It's so Bow Wow. Lil Bow Wow, Shad Moss. Let's be correct. Him, I think it was. Yeah, that's how he wants to be called. That. So him, and it was. I don't watch it like that. I think Angela Simmons, which is Russell Simmons' kids. Yeah. Remember Rev Run? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't even know if they did music, but they're in the industry. But a lot of Lil Wayne's daughter. I forgot her name, but you get what I'm saying. So what they do is they come, and it's others like we don't know, but it's a lot of individuals like that come from like the music industry or just like self-made, and they come like they have a show, but they don't. I feel like they only gear it towards Hollywood, not locally. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I was gonna say check that show out and see. You know, they do have like a casting, I believe, or something that says you can email to them and try to if you're doing music or something. Mm-hmm. But I wish I could just see more of that type of like community as in when it comes to like promoting each other. And it goes back to the whole versus conversation is instead of going against each other, like who's the best, why can't we support each other?
Exactly. Yeah. And you know, I feel like that's exactly what it is, especially in like the music industry within itself. It's like, oh, my album was better than yours, and you know, I'm a better vocalist. And it's like my thing, it all boils down to you guys going through the same struggle. You all have a deadline when it comes to an album. You all have trouble when it comes to vocal coaches or trying to do certain things. So it's just like, instead of putting people down, especially in the same field that you work in, why not encourage them to do better? If they need help on the soundtrack, help them. If they need help writing and you have connections, help them. Like if you're
or collaborations.
Definitely.
There we go.
Definitely.
Collaborations.
Right. And like, you know, it might be like a label thing where, oh, well, we can't collaborate with this type of label or this and the third. But I just feel as though this, like, if you are on your high horse in the industry and you see someone struggling, 9 times out of 10, maybe you were there. Yeah. Once upon a time. So why not just help them?
Exactly. One side note, I've noticed like a lot of artists have these labels, but the label is not letting them release their content or like their songs and stuff. So I feel like the label's like, no, we want you to gear towards pop. We want you to be geared towards a certain audience. And so I feel like a lot of these labels hold back certain artists. So they're dropping stuff that the label wants, which is like a lot of artists now going independent. A lot of artists. One that I know particularly, she got Tinashe. I don't know if you know who she is. She recently, she did songs like Usher, things like that. But now that she goes independent, she has her own label. She's doing collabs with like Black, you know, Black. He goes by Six Slack. They go Black. But anyway, the point is, I've noticed when these artists go independent, they're going independent because they're able to express themselves freely. It's no control on it. When they're on these labels, and I understand the label gets them promotion and things like Spotify, Apple Music, things like that. They're controlled. They're in a box. So that, as an artist, I know that's a little hard. Once you get to that point of like exposure, these labels want to, hey, we like you, but we don't want you to put that out. We want you to do something else, a whole different field, which could mess you up. As you know, definitely. Pop, you could be doing like pop, or rock, or something that's really not your field. It's good I like to see artists that are very, like I said, versatile, like very back and forth. Like you can do different genres. But what are you doing jazz for? If you're doing, you know, it's just
right. You know, a jazz country singer like
that. That, or you know, a lot of artists are doing Christmas albums now, which is, I guess, but stay in your lane. Do what your soul wants to do. You know, and then the music industry in general. Let's stop trying to control these artists. Let them drop. Let them. I want to see more mixtapes. I want to see more EPs, because I feel like mixtapes artists are very sensitive about that. So like I know they don't get paid for it.
I feel like they have more control over of that work.
It's like drawing. Like I'm writing a drawing and like I'm showing it to you, but the album is very like set in stone. Like, oh, it has to be cleared. It's such a process.
Erase those lines.
It has the what's that? The parental exposure, like the explicit content. It has to be cleared. Collaborations, I did say that. they want you to collaborate with people on their label.
Yeah.
So if
and it's probably people that you don't even like. People that you don't know anything about them, their favorite color or like nothing.
I can tell a forced, for some reason I can tell a forced collaboration. Some songs, and this is my personal opinion. I see some people collaborate. I'm like, all right, but then some, it's just like I think it's forced. You know, it helps them for exposure, but it's like they have nothing specifically in common. Yeah. I would never see them talk like that. You know, but that's the music industry in general.
Or maybe because like another approach would be like. Maybe they went to like the VMAs. I'm like, hey, what's up? Oh, I would like to do a song with you. You know, okay, well, let's see what we could do, type of thing.
VMAs, speaking of like the award shows, that's rigged too. Grammys, things like that. And now you probably, as an artist, you probably notice like example, Nicki Minaj and some other, even SZA, they have never gotten a Grammy. I think SZA hasn't. But some of these artists have come out with so many good works, body of works that the Grammys or like these Oscar awards or whatever, they're not giving them the credit. And I know that's very down-putting because it's like, damn. Like,
as an artist. Yeah. And it brings us to, excuse me, a post that I saw the other day with like Tiana Taylor and how she said like, you know, she was
going to retire. Yeah. I saw that, yes.
And I don't know if it was for like publicity. I hope it's not.
I hope it's not either.
Like,
I don't think so.
But she makes good music.
Oh, yeah, definitely. She's been in the game years. I don't particularly know the year, how long, but she's been in the game years. I think Janet Jackson, you saw that post, she reached out to her and she said, don't sacrifice your gift. Something like that. And I like to see Janet as an icon.
And that's what I'm talking about, reaching out to those who you know that needs it at that moment.
I can understand Tiana Taylor is one of the underrated artists. I don't even really call her underrated, but for some reason, people don't give her the credit that she's due, and she's such a strong vocalist. Passionate, like I know we talk about Jasmine Sullivan, but I did see that. Yeah, she felt like, you know, hey, I think she was signed to Kanye. Yeah, and she was. So I have my opinions about him. Music wise, he did. I think she came out with like a little EP or something. It was very small. It's keep the same energy. That's what it was called. And then she came out with an album this year. I guess the album didn't really do well. I don't know, but for some reason, she's not getting exposure. So I can understand if it feels like, well, I'm not getting awards, I'm not getting exposure. I've been in the game for all this amount of years, and so I definitely understand. When I saw the post, I'm like, I feel her on that.
I do, because I feel like she just started as an artist. If you think about it, not too long ago, just like, oh, yeah, who was she? I think everybody started talking about her once she premiered in his video, Kanye West video, and she was in the gym and she was
the Flow. I think what was the name of that song? I knew you were talking about. Yeah, that song that it blew up. But yeah, after that, I'm not trying to downplay her, but that momentum for her kind of went down a little bit. It was like, okay, we seen it, you know, that's it. But if you like, for me, I looked up her she has a mixtape. It's called The Misunderstanding. What she did is, it's like a tribute to Lauryn Hill's Miseducation. Okay. So she called it the Misunderstanding of Tiana Taylor. It's on Spinrilla. It's a mixtape app. I don't know if you know that. It has a lot of mixtapes. It's free. It's like Dat Piff, something like that. But okay. Yeah, but I do my research on some of these artists. Like Tiana has prior work before albums, so she's been doing this, you know. So I feel for her when it comes, and other artists too. I think it's another artist. Not much exposure for her, but Zelia Banks. She said she was. I know she's problematic, but that's on her. That's a whole different topic.
I feel like she makes her own problems.
She do. She's independent though. She's an independent artist. She recently, same thing. She said that she feels like the industry. Well, I was listening. She feels like Apple Music and the industry wants her to release what they want to release. So she said, as an artist, that I'm not going to release my body of work unless I'm getting paid for, like, unless I'm getting properly compensated for my shit. So I get that, but for her, she feels like, well, if you don't listen to my stuff, then you're just irrelevant, you know. And I think her last, I don't know if you listen to her, but just music wise, her last album is called Broke with Expensive Taste. I think even this year, that came out 2015, still at the top of the charts. So she has the momentum, she has the creative direction, she has her little mixtapes, but personally wise, she's a little problematic, very debating, you know. So I feel like the industry kind of blackballed her, and you know what I mean. So as in, like, we really don't want to fuck with you, but you know, you got content. But the point is, these artists with the pandemic and everything, they're realizing that it's it's still hard.
Yeah.
Even with a fan base, it's still hard to stay up, you know.
And then even if you do have all of that, I feel like your sanity eats at you with your personal life and those things as well. So it's just like either you get this, don't get compensated for your work, or you get the compensation, all the other good things, and then like your whole life is just like a tragedy.
Yeah. Well, you know, with that being said, let's get into your new release that you said that you're gonna perform for us. Now, this release is gonna be, you said, releasing next year?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, releasing as opposed to
February.
Okay, nice. Yeah. So we'll get, this is a exclusive.
Yeah.
Exclusive performance. Right. Right here, Rated Culture Podcast, get an exclusive performance. So, all right, let's get into the performance and let you do your thing.
Black ain't just the color of my skin. All I do is win, and I'ma do it to the end. Black don't crack, royalty, facts on facts, facts on facts. Black is for the culture, the color of my skin. Why they gelling in on my melanin? Black don't crack, royalty, facts on facts, facts on facts. Life is full of plastic, loving me is tragic. I've been dead so long, I'm walking in and out of caskets. Loving you's a funeral, stop acting like it's new to you. Coloring your words and painting pictures like it's beautiful. This shit is a musical, your acting ain't been acting right. Breathing from my diaphragm to suffocate the lonely nights. Living for the better things of life is always worth the fight. You would never know it cause you kittens never had the right. Talking about the world ain't full of color, don't believe the hype. Always be the ones that bark until we introduce the bite. Talking about you always playing, come on dog, the fuck you saying? Color of my skin, the only one, so stop your perpetrating. I want it all and then I want it more. Take a leap of faith on all this shit I never had before. I'ma just secure the bag, you know I'ma go explore. They be hoping, praying that I fall. I just want it all. Black ain't just the color of my skin. All I do is win and I'ma do it to the end. Black don't crack, royalty, facts on facts, facts on facts. Black is for the culture, the color of my skin. Why they gelling in on my melanin? Black don't crack, royalty, facts on facts, facts on facts. I feel it in my bones, survival in my spirit, I hear it. They say that hate is for debaters. In my smiling, I wear it. It's like I'm grinning, pretending how it feels to be human. Got me doing this shit I never do. This shit got me fuming, I want it all. And you ain't gotta give me no plaques, don't need no round of applause, ain't gotta give me no claps. They say black don't crack, royalty, facts on facts, it's facts on facts. I want it all, I see it, I need it, I get it, I got it. I get it, I need it, I need it, I got it. I see it, I need it, I get it, I got it. I get it, I hit it, I need it, I got it, I want it all.
Nice, dope.
Thank you.
I like that.
I appreciate it.
That was Want It All.
Coming out.
You said coming out next year.
No, the single drops today.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes, that's today. Okay.
And then the actual EP drops mid-February.
Okay,
so I'm excited about that.
What's the EP? You have a name for it yet, or no?
That's a surprise.
Okay, nice. Well, definitely I will have to promote it on here once that time comes. But that's, to final up and to wrap up, what are some motivational type of tips for like artists and creatives, like how to stay motivated when it's like times like this, or just in general when you feel like you're not getting exposure, nobody's listening, it's not worth it? Like, what is something you can give back to other artists that could be watching and listening?
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you this: always surround yourself by people who are honest about your work, and people who really get it, because it's people who have careers or have jobs that work at you could be a social worker, you could be a chef, you could be a principal, and you're explaining how hard it is to be an artist and expecting them to understand when they don't. Like, they will say that they do understand and they can they feel your sympathy, but being an artist is not an application that you could just go into somebody's establishment and just sign.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're signed to a label. It's something that like you really have to put this work into, and it's a waiting process. And
it's a lifestyle.
Yes, definitely. Like it becomes your life now. So it's like one of those things where like I do suggest that you surround yourself by artists, because those are the ones that really do care. They are passionate. They do understand you, and it's like they get you wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
So don't give up. Never give up.
Yeah.
And when you think that people don't understand your work, it's not for them to understand. It's for you. And 9 times out of 10, you're gonna find people. You're gonna find a whole group, maybe even a cult that's gonna understand
a community.
what you're about.
Yeah.
And they do. They go through the same thing that you go through, and they're gonna want more of that. They're gonna love it. You know. So when people do say, "Oh, maybe you should change this," because I don't really like it. It's not for you to like.
Yeah.
If it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. So always stay true to who you are as an artist. Do what you do, and just love it. Like it's a journey.
Nice.
It's a journey, definitely.
Respect that. And it's like I said, it's so hard to stay motivated with like a culture that, or the society is so judgmental. Like it has to be this. You don't sound like this, or you gotta sound like this.
Most
artist.
definitely.
Yeah,
most definitely. And it's always coming from people who don't know. So they're quick to say things like it's funny, like when people say things about Beyonce. Like I feel like if you don't like Beyonce, I'm not saying like everybody's supposed to like everybody,
but it's
like
they're
gonna always find something.
And knowing that she's such a talented, like there's nothing particularly wrong with her artistry. Like you just, I call it attention seeking. Like she's successful.
She is.
You have to
successful.
give her that credit. Credit is due.
Yeah, definitely. And then when people say certain things about, I used to say this a long time ago. It's so funny. When people would say things about me, I'd be like, well, they hate on Beyonce, so like, like Beyonce is like damn near perfection. So
exactly. Jay-Z, you know, and you see like real quick their artistry and their career has like perfected. It's like now it's so top tier that it's like you can't. It's hard for people to
what's
touch.
after this? Like what could you do after this?
Right.
Like
well, I mean you can't top that.
Right.
Yeah, you can't top. They have their own Rock Nation. Excuse me, Rock Nation as their label. Compared to like the journey, because you saw Destiny's Child, she worked her way up. Yeah. Even Jay-Z, he had his his solos, but now that's for artists just in general. Like just stay in your tribe, stay in your lane. Like do what you need to do. So don't try to conform to what society and what
want you to do.
Followers and they want us to, or just to. You have to sound like this. Well, if you don't sound like 6ix9ine, Tekashi 6ix9ine or somebody, I don't want to listen to you. If you're not also problematic. Another thing is like a lot of these artists are like
a lot of people
media,
like the toxic type of
in the media. Yeah, like so and so did this today and was hooked up with whatever and collaborated, and they felt like just be that unproblematic artist that minds their business and does collabs. Do you have any potential collabs that you would like top-notch collabs that you would want to work with? Do you have who do you have in mind?
Like artists?
Yeah, like if you thought about it, like who would you work with?
It's funny.
Or are you?
I want to work with
soon.
On the EP that's coming out, I have a couple of collabs.
Okay.
So
I know you don't want to say too much.
It's gonna be nice.
For the record,
nice.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
if you could work with some particular artists, who would you work with? Just curious.
I want to work with Chance the Rapper.
Nice.
Definitely Chance. I want to work with SZA. I want to work with Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
I want to work with Paramore.
Interesting.
Definitely
Paramore.
Yeah.
Got her full name, Hayley
Williams.
Yes. Awesome vocalist. Yeah.
Definitely.
I haven't listened to them in a while, but
I want to collab with Nicki. Definitely.
Really?
I would definitely want to collab with Nicki.
She would do it too.
Definitely Drake. Because she's about like. I feel like she's such a fun spirit. It's
Sagittarius, yeah.
Yeah,
like, fiery, very expressive, very expressive.
But I like it, and the freedom for her to speak the way that she does. Like I like it, and
yeah.
I like the whole pretty urban type of thing. That's what I call it.
Pretty urban.
Yeah.
That's like almost like a sophisticated type of
it's
approach. but it's not.
I own it with
ratchet.
class. Like that's who I am.
Yeah,
like, and I own it, and that's who she is. Like when she first came out, people were like, oh, she crazy. She got multiple personality disorders.
Yeah,
and it's like
she did that Roman.
Yeah, and it's like
that Roman thing. But
and she owned it. She's like, you know, like when she was done with that phase, she said, you know, they're like somewhere in the back. Yeah, like, and I like that. And she's very like out with it. Like when she was speaking to Megan on the live, I said, I love this energy.
Oh yeah, I
love this energy.
I saw that. Yeah, and she did calm down a lot, which is. It's good. In the beginning, you wouldn't even know who that was because it's a whole different switch. But she had to say, "Hey, this is me." This last album, I don't know if you listen to her like that, but the Queen album was actually pretty good. It was very and the Pink Print album, like she was very raw, very authentic. But yes, I would say that for a collab, yeah, definitely. If you get Nicki, any potential like big rappers, like you said Drake, I think you said Drake,
definitely Drake.
I have my few: Pusha T, Chris Brown. Like you want to go more rappers, not like art, like singers. You want to do like more like freestyle. Type of, okay. Yeah. Kendrick.
Definitely, because Kendrick, I feel like Kendrick is on another level. Like with Kendrick, definitely Big Sean. Yeah, he's definitely amazing. Like, yeah. I definitely like when I listen to his work, I listen to it. It's not like something where like, oh, this is my song. Like I listen to what he says. Like, and those are the things that like I really like. But yeah.
Kendrick, and there's one more. You know what?
What's his name?
Which one? Cause I got a few. That's
you know what I'm talking about. He made the song about losing his virginity. J. Cole.
J. Cole. Yeah. Oh yeah. Lyrically, he's a beast. Yeah. He's a beast. Definitely. He see how he's low key, right? You don't.
And that's what I like that. I like that.
He's I don't know if he's actually he did. I think he won a Grammy or something. But he very low key. He pops out when he needs to pop out. He doesn't. I think he, especially for the Black Lives Matter earlier this year, he popped out. He made a couple singles about it, and then like you don't know where he's at, but then when it's his time, he comes out. Right. Yeah, that's the type of people like. As a artist wise and collaborations, like collaborate with the people that like see your vision too, and they bring that substance
together. Yeah, and they bring like it's like the chakra type thing. Yeah, they bring that good energy that
when I listen to music or albums or EPs, like I like structure. So like this song goes into the next song and follows each other, and it's like actually like something I can relate to. Not exactly like beat. I love beat, like the beat making and like that, but I like the lyrics. I like to feel the music. You know what I mean? Not just like none of these rappers now just like money, sex, this, like
hoes.
Yeah, do something like conscious rappers like Eminem, Young M.A. You know what I mean? Like just have a story. Have a story. But I want to thank you for coming.
No problem.
Thank you for performing for us. Definitely come back and when the time is right for the project, and we can re-release it, and share it with us. If you guys like this content, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please subscribe to Apple Podcasts. We're on there. Spotify Podcasts. We do have an IG, Rated Culture Podcast. And do you want to share your Instagram handle for people can follow you?
My Instagram is 1OVTHEHUNTERZ. So One of the Hunters.
All right, so everybody can check you out there. Support his EP that's out. Support his single, and we'll definitely have you back soon.
Most definitely.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you out later.